104.5, the new Triple M. It's the Weekenders, your Saturday morning lifestyle show with Dobbo and Margot Parker for Seats Are Us. And at the start of the show, we did promise you an exclusive interview.
Not far away.
That's coming up in a few minutes. So Margot's been out doing some work for the show.
My very first interview ever.
The Real Housewives of Logan are back as well. There's been mental
they've
anguish
been
everywhere
quiet
there.
this week.
I
think
why.
they're steering clear of me.
Because you keep on throwing them under the bus. We'll have an update on the Real Housewife of Logan. But our man, our real estate guru.
Yeah, speaking of houses, there's a tie-in. Yeah. Trent Quinn, come on. Trent Quinn from I Think Property in Ipswich. G'day, mate.
Good morning, all. How are we on this fine Saturday morning?
Couldn't be better, mate. Big day of racing. We're not even going to touch on that with you. But, mate, if you're a first home...
Can we?
No. If you're a first home buyer, it's an important time, that first purchase. Today we're going to highlight some of the steps that need to take place if you're in the market for the first time.
Correct, mate. And what we're finding at the moment is there's... if this market does what we think it's going to do, and it looks like that it's about to experience a little spike. I know pockets of Brisbane and the inner city already are, but out on the fringes, it's really starting to take off. So what we're finding now is lots of first home buyers out and about thinking, well, let's get into the market so that we don't miss out if it does spike. So the conversation that we're having with buyers at the moment, particularly first home buyers, is just ensuring that they're aware of what they need to buy a home. And the main thing that I'd make everyone aware of is around the financing or securing the mortgage for that first property, and particularly around the need for a deposit.
Because it can be really daunting, young people, low-income earners in a market that's, as you said, continuing to spike. Not sure if they can get into the market.
And that's the thing. And, particularly at the moment, like each weekend, we're seeing instances of multiple offers. So 2 or 3 people making an offer on the same property. And what will happen is the owner will ask the agent and say, well, who are these buyers? Who do we go with? And we've got to explain the demographic of the buyers. And 9 times out of 10, they'll steer towards the older couple over the first home buyer because of that uncertainty around the first home buyer's finance. So the main thing I would say, and the most important thing, don't just log onto a website and see, hey, how much can I borrow? Talk to your bank, talk to your broker, and make sure you've saved long and hard and you've got that big whack of a deposit sitting there, because that's what financiers look at to determine your borrowing capacity.
What are we talking, 20% or 10% or 5%? What's the number?
Mate, it depends on the house, it depends on the area, and again, I'm a real estate agent. Don't construe this as financial advice because we can't give that. But if you've got at least a 10% deposit, that certainly makes you an attractive client to a financier. So, and again, because of how financing works and how they structure things, whether you need mortgage insurance, this, that and the other. But if you've got 10% of whatever you're looking to buy sitting in the bank account, that certainly puts you in a position of strength when going to make an application to buy that first home.
And sometimes mortgage insurance can be a scary thing. People are like, I don't want to pay the mortgage insurance, I need to have my 20%. But sometimes it puts you in a better position being able to buy and paying mortgage insurance than renting and sending your money into a black hole.
Yeah, no question, Margot. And again, that's a personal decision. And as you alluded to earlier about it being it's probably one of, if not the biggest decision you're going to make about tying yourself to an asset for give or take around the $500,000 mark. Like, you don't just do that for fun. So, and a lot of times with all the best intentions, mum and dad are talking to the first home buyers and they're offering advice one way or the other. They're traipsing from open home to open home each and every Saturday looking for property. But the one thing, before you even jump in the car to go to your first open home, talk to a broker or a bank just to get your head around what your capacity is.
Your areas that are spiking, can you give us some insight where you think's going to roll?
Mate, I speak for the western suburbs and that Ipswich area, and hence the reason for this topic at the moment. Like, we're finding every weekend a big emerging demographic is first home buyers from Brisbane looking to buy out this way. So we had 20 groups of people through a property at East Ipswich last Saturday, and half of those were first home buyers from Brisbane.
Yeah, wow.
Because they say, well, okay, we come out here and give or take anywhere between 300 and 400,000. We can buy a nice colonial home on a quarter of an acre block of land. Yeah, okay, the old girl's got a few lumps and bumps, but we can walk to rail and in 45 minutes' time, we can be in the city of a morning.
Yeah, well,
And for that amount of money in the city at the moment, you probably couldn't even buy an apartment or a townhouse.
And Ipswich has a sizzler, so that's always a draw
mate,
card.
do you know the Sizzler is literally... Sizzler is 10... wouldn't even be a kilometre from where I live.
Hey, I love sizzler.
Yeah,
I love
man,
good cheese
not bad.
toast.
Cheese toast, so
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Crispy skin
Trent
potato
Quinn, as
chips.
usual... Stop, you're making me hungry. As usual, outstanding, mate. We'll talk to you next week.
Good luck to the Reds tomorrow morning. Please get one on the board.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks,
He can't
Trent.
help himself, can he?
Greg Quinn from I Think Property at Ipswich, where there is a sizzler, so we're all...
It's a good Sizzler as well.
That's why I live
Yeah.
in Logan. There's a sizzler at Logan.
You're not seriously. Is that
I
how
have
you
4
and Corey...
kids to feed, mate.
That's where... That's
They
how...
eat free under 4. They're all under 4.
All right.
Real health
4
thrives
kids
in
under
Logan.
4.
Margot's exclusive interview coming up in a couple of moments. We'll tell
Are we
you who
allowed
that
to
is.
tell it? Are we allowed to say who it is?
No, I think we should just keep it a surprise.
Can I just say before we even go to the break, I'm super impressed.
Thanks, mate.
I'm very impressed.
Starting to get into the zone.
No, you're not-
Everything's
you're
content.
not
Well,
even-
let's hear it first.
Okay. Let's just wait till we hear the interview before we all start
Reserve
waxing
judgment.
lyrical about how good you go.
Shoot me straight to the top.
All right, it's the Weekenders on Triple M.